What's up, people? Welcome to the 42nd episode of the News That Matters, where I tell you some interesting and fun news and some news that I think may matter to you, as most news channels broadcast bullshit. News number 1 is about a joke, most probably the biggest and the funniest joke ever by a government of a country on its citizens. You must be aware of the fact that petrol and diesel prices have been rising each day for the last 16 days, right? Well, you finally got a huge relief today from the government in this matter. The prices have been drastically lowered today, and the difference between the old and the new fuel price is so significant that you can even buy a new bike at the end of this month with all the money you're gonna save on fuel now. The Indian Oil Corporation has cut down the price of fuel by a whopping 1 paisa per liter. Yes, you heard it right. You will now have to pay 1 paisa less for every liter of fuel you buy. That is amazing. That means you can save an entire rupee if you buy 100 liters of petrol or diesel. Man, I can't even think what all great stuff I could buy with this much savings. My life will be so much better now, and I can't express my joy enough. I mean, what the goddamn crappy hell is this supposed to mean? After sucking blood of every citizen for so long, the government is now mocking them and having a laugh. This is preposterous. You are charging almost 140% more tax than the previous government and sucking common citizens' hard-earned money, and when questioned about it, you make the soldiers and the term nationalism your shield. Seriously, this blood-sucking Jumla party should be out of the country's politics and even from the country itself, and then only we can think about developing the nation. Think of a joke. Well, the next news is a bit terrifying and something to worry about. A man died in Kolkata recently on Sunday, and the cause for his death is suspected to be Nipah virus. Yes, after the assurance of the Kerala government that the virus is contained to only 4 of Kerala's districts, this news of death by Nipah virus from West Bengal is really terrifying, as if it is really true, then it means the virus is spreading across other states too and is not contained to Kerala. The claim has not been backed by evidence yet, and for that, the blood sample of the man has been sent to the National Institute of Virology, Pune, which is the only institute in the country that can certify if the cause for death was Nipah or something else. Well, you all should stay safe by taking some precautions at least, like not to buy low quality fruits and vegetables, and only buy those eatables that you are 100% sure about in terms of quality, and also don't go near any areas that may have bats or pigs as its residents. Well, the next news is from Uttar Pradesh, where the cabinet has decided to minimize the use of paper and bring all government offices under e-office system by August 15. The e-office is a software developed by the National Information Center to help in faster clearance of files and ensure paperless office. Though it doesn't mean that there won't be any use of paper after the implementation of this system, but it surely will help to cut the paper requirement by a marginal percentage, and that can in some way help the environment. So it's a good move by the state, and every state should follow its lead. The next news is regarding the problems you will face from tomorrow onwards if you have banking needs and an account for those needs is open in any of the state government banks. As many as 10 lakh bank employees across the country are going on a strike from tomorrow in protest against the nominal 2% wage hike that they have received this time. The government says it's mainly due to the losses that the state-owned banks are incurring, but the employees say that the losses are because of the provisions towards non-performing assets of the government and not because of the employees' fault. Well, whatever may be the reason, the thing is that the common citizen will face another problem from tomorrow, which will only add to the burden on their shoulder and give them one more thing to worry about, along with the rising prices and the blood-sucking government that is ruining the country currently. Well, now let's have some tech news. Nokia has launched its new 2018 versions of its phones from the previous year, namely the Nokia 2, 5 and 3. The new models of these phones are called Nokia 2.1, 3.1 and 5.1. The 3.1 and 5.1 have a MediaTek SoC and aren't anything super interesting to talk about. And Nokia 2.12 only has one standout feature, that is its massive 4100 mAh battery, which will last for super long without charge because of its low specs And it also has one more neat feature, that is the front firing dual stereo speakers. This phone has a Snapdragon 425 processor and a 5.5-inch screen and is priced at around 7,500 rupees. Well, if you were considering buying a budget Nokia phone, you may look towards them, but I would recommend going for other brands like Xiaomi or Realme. Nokia 2.1 is kinda nice. The last news is the most interesting one, I guess. Patanjali. Yes, the company whose name you never expected to hear among any tech related news. Yes, the Patanjali that makes noodles and toothpastes and soaps. The same Patanjali has now launched its own online messaging app. Yes, an online messaging app that the company claims will give tough competition to WhatsApp. The name of the app is Kimbo and it comes after Patanjali surprised the country by launching its own SIM cards. Patanjali says that the app is made in order to make the people of the country more Swadeshi. So, if you thought for a single minute while using WhatsApp that you are not supporting India or that you are not Indian enough, well, there's a Swadeshi app now for you to spread even more fake news and super long nonsense messages on online messaging apps. Well, what do you think about this app? And are you one of those forward jerks that forward long messages and jokes on WhatsApp or other messaging sites? Tell me down in the comments below. Well, this was all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the News That Matters. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.